And it's like I always say, you gotta have the ability to read the room. Now, I've never said that before in my life, but that don't make it untrue. And you'll see what I mean at the end of the story. I want you to meet Nawat. He's an executive director for the Miss Universe pageant. He ends up cussing out a Miss Universe contestant. Miss Mexico, to be specific, her name is Fatima. Okay, why did he do this? Well, it's because Nawat had a problem. He wanted the Miss Universe girls to promote his home country of Thailand, since the pageant was being held in Thailand. Some of them weren't doing that. So he calls them all to a room and he is pissed. Look at him in this picture. He looked like a disappointed teacher. Now the girl's confused, so they quiet, just staring at him. He said, oh, y'all just gonna be quiet now. Stand up right now if you ain't do promotion for Thailand. I told y'all to do promotion, y'all ain't do it. All the girls stunned silent. He said, oh, somebody must have hit the mute button. So let me get to calling some names. Miss Mexico, stand up. There she go right there, standing up. He says, okay, let me just explain real quick. And here's where things start to get wicked. He says, I did not ask you to speak. He begins to lay in there saying, I'm talking right now. The crowd goes, now this was his first opportunity to read the room. Nawat looks around and says, nah, let me just hit the gas. He starts berating her. He calls her dumb. She starts to stand up for herself and go, whoa, slow down, slow down, slow down. You're doing too much. He says, I'm doing too much? He says, sit down. She said, or what? He said, ooh. He said, well, I'm gonna tell you, or what? Security, come get this girl. Security rushes over. They said, what happened? He said, well, she was just talking and she wouldn't sit down. Security said, now at this point, the other girls get to standing up because they're like, nah, something happening here. Now at this point, Nawat could have read the room, said, maybe I'm doing a little too much, but he looked around, he said, let me just hit the gas. He said, I said security, escort her out the room, and everybody sit down. Now at this point, all the girls staring at him crazy. Miss Mexico said, it's all good, I'm gone anyway. She started leaving with security. A lot of the other girls start walking out the room. He said, if y'all walk out that door, it's gonna be a problem. Alluding to y'all not gonna be in the running for Miss Universe. Basically, the girls stop in their tracks. He said, that's what I thought. Now, at this point, I assume his guardian angel tapped his shoulder and said, Nawat, you won. Cool it down a little bit. He looked at his guardian angel and said, nah, I'm gonna just hit the gas. He said, now all of y'all sit down. Peep their faces. They said, what? Some of the girls walk out. Now, this whole time, the most stressed out lady, I guarantee you, was this one right here. I don't know who exactly she is, but she has something to do with Miss Universe. So she takes the mic. She said, look, y'all, we love y'all. Things just might be getting a little intense. One of the contestants goes, okay, if y'all love us, y'all will let us go outside right now and talk to the other Miss Universe girls to bring them back in the room. This lady goes, that's a great idea, right, Nawat? Nawat said, man, all right. I might be doing too much. All right, y'all can go outside and bring everybody in the room. Now, let me just hit the gas a little bit, except Miss Mexico. And that was that. The remaining ladies just didn't really do anything. They just stared. Now they asked Miss Universe Mexico outside, like, what happened? She said what Nawat did was clearly not okay. And she said she was cool walking out because she felt like she had to stand up for women everywhere. And trust me, y'all, the way Nawat was speaking to them seemed absolutely misogynistic. It was just not okay. So again, Miss Universe Mexico said that she felt like she had to walk out for the dignity of women. Side note, shout out Miss Universe Iraq, right by her side the whole time. A couple other contestants walked out, but she was the first one and she ain't asked no questions. She just dipped right next to Miss Mexico. As for Nawat, according to the Miss Universe organization, he will not be involved in this year's Miss Universe pageant. Either way, it was a terrible look for Miss Universe, and they're currently trying to do insane damage control.